Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're doing another ability card build, and today's is going to be the ultimate Paint It Black Deadeye Gunslinger, guys. So if you use Paint It Black all the time and you want to use it effectively, this is the build for it. So I know a lot of people will use like just generally good cards like Gunslinger's Choice, but here's a little fun fact. If you're using Paint It Black, Gunslinger's Choice is kind of a pointless card. I mean, if you use both, then I can see it. But honestly, if you want to use Paint It Black, which I know a lot of people really enjoy that type of gameplay, then there's a specific way to do it, and I'm going to show you how to do it in this video. So let's just get into it, and we'll start off, like always, with the weapons that I recommend for this one. So basically, you're just going to want to have two handguns. Now, you can use Paint It Black with anything, and no matter what you want to use, this build will be the right build for that, but the best way to go is two handguns. Now, there's basically several schools of thought. My personal choice is I like to use two double-action revolvers because Paint It Black is one of the few ways where they're good, because you just paint a bunch of headshots on people. They reload super fast, and they have, like, no recoil, and there's a lot of advantages to them. But the other school of thought is also to use semi-automatic pistols or Mauser pistols because they have a higher ammo capacity and sort of the same stuff as the double-action revolver. Basically, all of their weaknesses are negated by the fact that you're using Paint It Black. And then certain people who want to use revolvers but don't want to use the double action will use the LeMat because, again, it just holds more ammo. But the reason I like the double actions is because A, you get to use a revolver, but you still have that super high fire rate and super high reload speed that almost makes it like you're using a semi-automatic pistol. The LeMat has a much slower reload speed, although it has higher damage. So it really depends which way you want to go. For me, I like a dual set of two double action revolvers with, you know, whatever the max stats are. So if you haven't used it enough, then you got to have the improved rifling and long barrel and all that sort of stuff. So with that in mind, like I said, really any two handguns will do, but my choice is two double action revolvers.
I have two guns, one for each of you.
So for the outfit, I decided to do an attempt at recreating at least the sort of feel and look of the character of McCree from Overwatch, given the fact that I think a lot of people would call this their high noon build or whatever, you know. So this is, you know, we're basically imitating the playstyle of McCree, so I figured I'd dress like him. And now, of course, there's 8 billion different outfits for the guy because they release new skins for him all the time. I picked one of the ones that I'm pretty sure is one of his more classic looks, and that's what I'm trying to imitate here. And I think it turned out both A, kind of looking like McCree, and B, just looking decent as an outfit on its own. For the hat, I use the Thorogood hat because it's, well, an opportunity to use one of these bounty hunter hats that I never use, and B, it kind of looks like the hat that McCree wears. It's a little bit more curvy than his, but, you know, I think it looks decent. For the poncho, I just wanted to try matching McCree's red poncho that he wears in his classic outfit, and there are basically 3 options, but I liked this one the most. So I used the Chuparosa poncho, and I used the red variant of that. So he's wearing armor in the picture that I'm basing this off of, so kind of all of the accents that I used on this outfit are in an attempt to imitate that sort of metallic-ish look. So I decided to use this kind of light brownish gray variant of the Baris vest. For the shirt, any brown shirt will do, but I think this dark brown variant of the Lotnip shirt is going to look the best just because it's got sort of, again, that shinier look to it, which helps with the outfit. For the gloves, I use these gray variant of the Thorogood gloves because it kind of imitates the armor that he has on his arms. For the gun belt, I use this brown and gray variant of the Guerrero gun belt with the matching offhand holster. And then for the bandolier, I use this darker brown variant of the Salizo double bandolier. Then I decided to use this kind of two-toned variant of the Martindale pants that has the lighter brown on the outside and the darker brown on top. Again, trying to imitate the look that he has where he's kind of wearing darker brown pants and then some sort of armor over top. So I'm getting that kind of shiny, almost metallic look out of the pants as well. And then finally for the boots, since it doesn't really make a huge difference, I just use the plated Relentless boots and I tucked them in. Any boots with just a tiny bit of metal or whatever on them will look pretty good with this outfit. And that is my McCree outfit for this ability card build. So if anyone out there was waiting for a McCree outfit, then this was the video for it. Like I said, I think it turns out pretty good. It looks halfway decent on its own, but also does a halfway decent job of imitating McCree from Overwatch. So for this one, the abilities are pretty simple, so let's just get down to them. The first one is going to be the Deadeye ability, and we're going to use, obviously, Paint It Black, because, you know, it's a Paint It Black build. So for this one, it just says, while Deadeye is active, paint targets on enemies, fire your weapons to shoot all marked targets. Each shot drains a very small amount of Deadeye. You cannot mark or be marked while in defensive playing style. So it's just, obviously, what we need for this one, since it's a Paint It Black build. It's also a super useful ability card in general. I know a lot of people dislike Paint It Black, and a lot of people really like it. But for this card, it is definitely essential. So that's the Deadeye card. Our first passive card that we're going to be using is Kick in the Butt, and of course the higher level the better. I have level 3 here, but any level is good to start with. It says whenever you take damage, a large proportion of it is added to your Deadeye. So this one's just going to be one that is going to help you when you get shot. So if anyone deals any damage to you, whether they're hitting you with their gun or shooting you or an explosion goes off nearby you, it's going to help recharge your Paint It Black. So this is going to be another one of those things that helps you never run out of Paint It Black, which is good for a build where you're entirely focused on using Paint It Black for combat. So Kick in the Butt is the first passive card. The second passive card we're going to be doing is called Live for the Fight, and again we're going to want the highest level possible, and this one just says you regenerate Deadeye slowly over time. So a lot of people would disagree with me on this one, but I think it's a good one to have because it just helps you passively regenerate Deadeye. So even if you're, a lot of people don't like using tonics or they just don't remember, this one helps you just regenerate your Deadeye steadily over time because normally it will not. Your stamina and your health will regenerate, your Deadeye never does unless you take tonics or you have a card to do it. So I like Live for the Fight being added in there because that way you, once again, let's say you get into a gunfight and then you're not in one for a while and you get into another one, hopefully your Deadeye will be full again because Live for the Fight will make it full again. So that's why I like using that one for this build. Our third and final passive card is the Unblinking Eye, and this one just says your Deadeye and Eagle Eye drain much slower. So this one's going to be another advantage. So whereas Kick in the Butt helps add Deadeye back on and so does Live for the Fight, the Unblinking Eye just makes sure that while you're using Deadeye, it doesn't go down as fast. And since Paint It Black is already a decently slow drain, especially if you're using it effectively, this really stretches out the amount of time that you can spend in Deadeye painting your targets. So it's going to stretch that out, and then with the advantages you get from Kick in the Butt and Live for the Fight, you're going to pretty much always have full Deadeye, even if you're not using any tonics for it. So just as a high level TLDR, this build is supposed to sort of imitate McCree's High Noon ultimate ability from Overwatch, making you almost unstoppable in a gunfight using Paint It Black. This build allows the player to constantly have the Deadeye ability ready, and you get that through Live for the Fight and also Kick in the Butt, which are going to be constantly getting you, like, filling up your Deadeye because you pretty much constantly in the game take damage, and if not, the passive gain is going to do it for you. The Paint It Black ability card allows the player to rapidly eliminate hordes of enemies all at once. Though a very useful ability, Deadeye must be kept full to use it. So to do that, we use Kick in the Butt to, refill it as you take damage, and Live for the Fight to do it slowly over time. And since we want to stay in Deadeye as long as possible, the Unblinking Eye is absolutely essential for this build because it's going to help you drain your Deadeye that much slower. So that is how you do the most effective, at least in my opinion, Paint It Black Gunslinger build in Red Dead Online. So that is where we're going to end today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope if this is what you were looking for, you found it to be useful. I think it is. See, right there is a perfect example of why I like the double action so much for this build. Did you see how rapidly I was able to execute that? It's because the double action has one of the fastest firing rates in the game. Now, I'm not just talking about spamming rounds, but you get what I mean. If you've played it enough and you've tested out the double action, you know what advantages it has. And that right there was just a really good display of why I like using them for my Paint It Black build. So I hope this video was useful. I hope if you were looking for something along these lines that this was, going to be helpful to you, because I think it definitely is an excellent thing, not just for improving your gameplay abilities, but also it's a lot of fun. And if you like using Paint It Black, then this is really the most effective way to do it, and the most fun way to do anything is usually the most effective way. Killed that guy on the way down. McCree doesn't leave anyone alive. And again, like I said, dual-wielding the double actions just makes your fire rate so freaking fast. And makes you want to scream it's High Noon. But in any case, if you like this video, which I hope you did, definitely leave a like rating on it to show me, and of course the algorithm and anyone else may be considering clicking on it, that it's a good video and it's well worth their time. If you've done that, and you have any comments, questions, concerns, maybe a request for a specific playstyle that you'd like to see done in Red Dead Online, definitely let me know down in the comment section below. I love doing these ability card builds and lots of other stuff, so whatever requests you have, I guarantee I will take a look at, even if I'm not able to do them. I will definitely look at them. So, with all that in mind, if you've done some commenting and maybe some liking already, and you like this content, but you haven't subscribed, the last thing you can do is subscribe to the channel, which I definitely recommend you do now, and of course turn on the notification bell. That way you can stay up to date on everything I do here, and also help me grow in the algorithm, so it's a win-win. But with all that in mind, thanks a ton for watching, and have a nice day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you like this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.